Do you have an example of a particularly successful client story where Aprio was particularly suited to be the advisor for that company?
I'll give you one example. We had one client was a Korea-based company that imported chemicals from China. And then one day they received a penalty notice all of a sudden from customs demanding additional payment of the duties for anti-dumping. And also customs demanded a penalty for the merchandise. From our investigations, what we saw was that there was a clear broker communication failure. Broker did not really communicate with the client, and there are so many layers of agents, so client did not have really a visibility on what really happened. But we ended up finding out that the product was actually out of the scope of anti-dumping, so there were really no additional duties should have been imposed. Plus, the products was from China, but broker made a mistake in applying a China tariff, which was 25%. Actually, the product was not really subject to that tariff. So in the end, we helped the client claiming refunds, removing the additional tariffs, and also filed a petition to mitigate the penalty. And client was happy actually because they ended up getting more money than paying penalties. For that case, really the key success for us was that because of the language capability, we have people that speaks different languages in our team. And especially for me, I speak Korean, so I know their clients' culture and their expectations. So we could closely work with them and also their agents as well, which were also Korean companies. And then obviously we had an expertise and an experience that had similar cases over and over for the past 10 or 15 years. So we had a great relationship with the local customs authorities. We knew what their system is, what their procedures are. So we know who to contact, what to do on those cases.
Georgia in particular has had a lot of Korean investment in the past few years. Can you talk a little bit about that phenomenon and its implications for those companies in terms of tax?
Because of the recent administration's policies, there's an inflow of Korean companies. We have different companies for suppliers for big companies. Georgia have growing automotive sector, and we have also renewable energy sector as well. And obviously a lot of Korean companies are coming in. And then what we are trying to do is we are trying to help them to have a strong import compliance procedure in place. So from the get-go, if they start, because they are really not in the stage of manufacturing anything yet, but it will happen in a few years. And before that, we wanted to make sure that our clients are fully aware of their import compliance situations, and then help them to have a smooth supply chain and the sourcing of their parts or finished products. It's a great phenomenon, and then I'll see a lot of opportunities for customs perspectives. We need to work closely with our organizations, Korean organizations, and then also Korean companies in Georgia.